The government's Business and Trade Secretary, Jonathan Reynolds, joins me now. Mr. Reynolds, thank you so much for your time this morning. I know you have got an important announcement to make on steel, but before we get onto that, just a few matters of foreign affairs. And first of all, the front page of the Sunday Telegraph today revealing that the architect of the Chagos deal, the former Prime Minister of Mauritius, Pravin Jugnauth, has been arrested on suspicion of money laundering. In light of that, don't we now have to put a pause on this deal?
Well, the negotiation with the Chagos Islands is about securing the long-term future of an incredibly important UK-US military base. That's what the deal is seeking to achieve. It's why the previous government began negotiations around it. And what matters to me is making sure for our national security that long-term position is upheld. And, there's been a lot of commentary on what that deal is. When it's finished, it'll be published in the usual way. But let's not lose sight of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to secure the long-term future of an essential facility.
But we're giving the Chagos Islands to Mauritius, so why are we also giving away a load of taxpayers' money on the back of it? There's been a rumoured spend of anything between £9 billion and £18 billion. If we're giving them the islands, one first of all questions why on earth we're giving them away, but why are we also paying them?
Well, look, I'm not close to that deal. That's the Foreign Office side of government, but I've been told that the figures in the press are not accurate, and there's a request that people wait to see when the actual deal is published as to what the details are. But it is about securing that long-term future of an important facility.
I know, but if we're going to secure our long-term future when it comes to our own defences, there's now a row brewing about whether we should be spending more on defence in general. We know that we're currently on 2.3% of GDP on defence spending. For that to go up to, say, 3%, it's going to cost £20 billion. We hear that giving away the Chagos Islands might cost a similar amount. Why not just cancel the deal with the Chagos Islands and plough that money into the Ministry of Defence? That would really protect British interests, wouldn't it?
Well, again, those figures, I would ask you not to just speculate on what that is, because I don't think you'll find that is not an accurate position. Well, that isn't always the same as something being correct, I'm afraid. What I would say is we do need to increase defence spending. The spending review will set that out.
Whether it would cost £18 billion, and he twice refused to deny that claim of that money. So the Prime Minister hasn't ruled out it costing £18 billion. That's why I'm using that figure.
Well, but crucially, what matters is not just how much you spend on defence, but the capabilities that you have, and the loss of an essential facility by not addressing a difficult issue, which is again why the previous government agreed with this as well at the time, would be a mistake. So I would just ask people to recognise this is about protecting a core UK-US asset and agreeing a deal that secures that long-term future and gets us to a position where we're not only spending the right amount of money on defence, but we've got the right capabilities and functions that come from that expenditure.
But if we give a load of taxpayers' money to Mauritius and we can't guarantee whether it will be used for scams or money laundering, isn't that going to be very irresponsible?
I think what would be irresponsible is not engaging with this issue and putting the future of a US-UK military base in question.